Recovering from sexual assault, rape can be difficult or painful. My name is Vedi Nana. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk. Here we keep it real, everything relationship. That's what we do here at this midnight show. Welcome to another edition where we'll be talking about how people can actually recover from rape cases or sexual abuse. Rape cases and sexual abuse has been one of the things that held a lot of people back. Recovering, like I said earlier, can be difficult. And most importantly, it can actually be painful. Like always, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-presenter who will be doing this thing together all the way from Milan. Massive Mark, good to have you here today.
It's good to have you here, BD. BD,
How is the
beautiful topic. Yeah,
pardon?
uh,
How is the wave in UK, the wave in
Europe,
your area?
Western Europe.
It's,
Yes,
it's
it's
too much.
it's
How is
really
this now?
it's getting it's really hot. But nature has a way of
Sorry.
compensating people. At a point, the rain comes in,
Yeah.
cools up everywhere, and the heat reduces. But it's heat season, summer, and this is what summer is all about: hot, dry, humid, very sweaty is condition. But we
So
thank
sorry
God.
about that.
Thank you. So how are you?
And we learned it's affecting the gadgets and the devices. It's affecting
Yes,
them from
yes,
working very well. How is,
yes. A lot of, in fact, telecom companies are having issues. Yesterday, like if you notice, WhatsApp went down, and that's global because the servers, where the servers are mounted, where the station houses, powerhouses are mounted, you need to have there's a temperature that keeps it running. So when that temperature falls, some of these softwares and social handles, you have faults. So that's what is happening. So telecom companies, social media, they have to deal with the temperature now. So uh, these are
that,
these are the
that's
things. I mean,
okay.
did you experience the WhatsApp crash yesterday?
Yeah, even today, it's not been smooth. It's not been smooth,
Yes,
honestly. We're
yes,
experiencing it here. That's
yes.
okay. Thanks for
Mhm.
having you here today. Today,
Thank
we'll be continuing on our topic,
you.
recovering from rape and sexual assault. And like last time, we said that the most important problem in recovering is the stigma coming from the
Correct,
society. That
correct.
makes it very difficult for victims to actually
Hmm.
recover because if we get to understand that recovering from rape cases or sexual assault, it's actually a difficult thing and it could be painful, then we have to using a little for people, for these victims. We shouldn't be complicating their problems. Those were the things we said last week. Now,
Last
today,
week.
Massive Mike, can you give us some of the ways one can actually overcome this sexual assault and rape?
Wow, thank you very much. Yes, like we said last week, recovering from sexual assault takes time. The healing can be very painful, but a person can regain their sense if they choose to. Because what happens in most cases is they lose control of their lives, their self worth, and it's a process. You learn to want to heal again. So, and these things are happening all over the world. Last time we said he's been the statistics is nearly every one woman. in the world, every 5 women in the world, one has gone through rape and some sexual assault in one way or the other. But it's a rough statistics. I know it might be more than that, mostly in countries like India. India is the rape capital of the world. Yes, India, some part of the Asian country, it happens every minute. There's a woman being raped. There's somebody going through sexual assault, and also in Africa, where we don't really have data management, these cases are going on, and nobody has the exact number to give. So, but the discussion now is how to heal. It's not easy to heal, or yes, a person can choose to heal when they go through this experience. One thing that happens to BD is they lose trust. You know, trust is no more. The lady or the girl or even the man, men go through sexual assault too. So they lose trust in building strong relationship. They lose trust in friendship sometimes. They lose trust in people. You know, you see everybody um, s- uh, as an
And the
opposition. You see
suspects.
everybody as a suspect. Yes. So that trust is something that needs to be built, and self worth. You know, some have said when they went through that experience, they felt like they were trash. You know, they, they didn't have that worth again. Their esteem was low. And when a woman's low esteem is low, it's a problem. This one leads to every other thing. You know, she now gets into prostituting. She's, you know, because she feels what's the essence of being um, organized? What's the essence of being yourself? I think they feel they've taken that out of them and they can do anything. So, self-worth on your sanity is touched, your sanity is also gone, but all of these can be regained. Uh, as much as they feel damaged, they feel dirty, they feel so bad about it. Yes, people can regain their self worth, they can regain their lives again, their sanity, and all of those things. So, what we are going to be looking at is the process. But first of all, like we said last week, let's just remind our viewers this again. There are this myth that people create to support sex rapists, to support them. They say the lady probably wore a dress in a way that seduced the man. So, BD, I'll put it back to you. Do you think that is true as a woman? Do you think your dress code could attract a rapist? Is that myth correct, BD?
It's all lies. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like you gave an example of countries like Asian countries, India and Africa. If you look at these countries, these are the countries that actually put more respect or more regard in the male male sex. Do you understand? Is that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that men don't get raped, but we're looking at the percentage. When you look at the percentage, you know that
That's
women get raped more, but we still
yes.
have men who get raped, but women get raped more. So when you look at these countries you mentioned, you know they are the countries that place more value on men. Now, what they try to do when such thing happen is to
Mm-hmm.
shift the blame. Do you understand? Is to shift the blame on the women by accusing them of the reason why that rape happened. And that has
Mm-hmm.
been the reason why this thing is actually increasing in most of these countries you mentioned. Because
Yes.
they feel that most society or most area feel that are you not a woman? Won't you be slept with? Do you understand? Some they don't even see it as a problem. That's why like in my area in my side of the of continent you can hear them ask you didn't you enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can go to the police and they'll ask you didn't you enjoy it,
Can you
You,
imagine?
I will have cases where they will ask you what was the sound you were making when the person was raping you. I'm telling you, I'm not,
That's
you know, missing words. I'm telling you what police officers
yes.
ask rape victims.
Right.
Tell us what kind of sound were you making? Were you mourning? You know, that kind of a thing. So they try to
Hmm,
shift the blame from where it's
hmm.
supposed to be. They put it in the wrong place, which
Wrong.
is the victim. And those are the things that make them feel so bad. Now they begin to, blame themselves. They begin to see that, I am actually the reason why I was raped. But in real
Hmm,
cases, they are not the
hmm,
reason they were raped. Now, I used to tell
hmm,
people, I have an NGO where I say, stop raping us. And what we're trying to tell you, I say, even if I'm naked, start naked before you. That does
hmm.
not give you right over my body. It
Yes.
does not. Now, that is why, as a human being, you need what they call self control and self discipline. You
Okay.
understand that you saw a naked woman does not mean you should you should ravage her. No, it does
Yes.
not give you
Now,
rights
now,
over
you said
that.
something. You said something that is vital. The India, there is a rape capital. If we're going to talk about the myth of the girl was dressed up in a seducing way, that's not an excuse in India because the
Exactly.
Indian
They
ladies
cover up very
cover
well from
and
head
wear
to toe.
all of
You
those
cannot
things.
even see any part of their body. So it's not about the dressing, it's about the mindset, it's about the free access. If you look at the countries where they do this rape more, it's
Hmm.
because they do it and they get away with it. Like
That's
in my own
correct.
country, you hardly see people sentenced for rape. They could, the ones who managed to get to police station, or the ones who managed to get to court, after a few days, the case is dismissed. We've had cases where people were raped, and the person who raped the person will go to the family of the girl that was raped and be threatening the parents. Some will even offer them money. Some might not even offer them money. They will threaten them that if you take up this case, I will waste you and your family. And you see them closing their mouths. And it becomes an issue in this part of the world because most rape victims don't want to talk. They don't want to speak. I am telling you, it happened to me. When I just finished my service, I came to Lagos. I was living with a cousin who I saw as my own people, my own brother and my own sister. And he started by peeping at my door. And each when I go out and come back, I see the door open. He would have broken the door so that he can have access to my room. And then I was walking around alone. When I go and come back, I will be so exhausted. Do you understand? One day I met him inside my room. Inside my room. I was like, what are you doing? He said he came to put off this television. I said, I don't need you. So at the time he came to my body direct. Do you understand? And I have to call my mom in the village and tell him because in my side is a taboo. My mom was like, you have to come back to the village or we have to. I said, we didn't do it, but he's trying to. Do you know what happened? It became he started threatening me. Him and the sister I was staying in, they started threatening me. Why did I even say it? And that is the case of so many people in my own part of the world. The
Hmm.
family will come after you, the person will come after you, they will silence the people, they will not allow them to speak. And the people who have money, they will give you people money not to speak, not to talk. They will even tell you that you can't do anything if you go to police, that you can't do anything if you go to court. And it's true. And that is why the rape cases is actually growing in this part of the world. Because people are not get persecuted for their actions. People are not they are not punished. If we start
Listen,
punishing
for
rapists,
you
if
to say this in public in a program like this, it's really I commend you. I want to thank you for pouring out your heart. So
yeah,
that means you are also a very good counselor to what we're saying,
yeah,
because
because
one thing that happens is some people don't own up to this situation. I've heard of young ladies that kept mute. They never talked about it because they felt ashamed to say it, and they felt also, like you said, threatened. So for you to put this out, Thank you very much. Now, PD, there is this case of when a person is living with the abuser. We said that last week,
Yeah.
and you're living probably with your father. There are young ladies, their father, they're living with their father, and he's raping them. There are ladies living in a neighborhood, and a man is raping them, assaulting them. So, I put it back to you. How do we go about this? How
Now,
what's uh-huh. Right
I think that is the real problem we have among
in
the
this
victim
this
of rape and the
yes,
victim of sexual assault. That is the real case. Now, I spoke to a group of people last week in a
very
church,
good.
and I told them that the problem we're having in our society today is because we don't have, we don't nurture our girl child to be emotionally tough. I know why. Our men are weak. They cannot stand strong emotional women. So they don't want our women to be emotionally strong. Do you understand? Rather than them opting their game to be emotionally strong, they want weak emotional women. You know why I'm saying this? Now, for such, most of such girls that are being raped at home, their mom are most times, or their aunties are most times aware of this rape that
What is
goes on.
happening?
But because they are emotionally weak, they cannot say anything. They cannot do anything. They keep telling these girls, oh, just keep quiet. Don't tell anybody. Don't talk. Is it the one
Let
that
me
is
add
performing?
yes, this
Is it?
let me help you. Do you know there are some very I don't know how to put it, but there are some very crazy traditions in the world. Do you know that there is a part of the world, some part of the world, they feel, they say that it's a spiritual thing for the father to lay with the daughter for the first time because it brings good luck to the family. And the mother will be there, and this happens. So, saying that also, I want us to know, the viewers to know, that you could have so many kinds of rape cases. Um, for example, during the Second World War, it was said that Americans were raping Vietnamese women at will. You know, they became like their sex toys. You know, also you could have a situation where uh, people will actually arrange women to be raped. So I'm saying this buttressing on what you're saying about
Yeah.
mothers, people knowing
Yeah.
about what is going on and having no willpower to challenge it.
Now,
This is crazy.
let me take those things one after the other. Now, the one you talked about, the one those ones, it's they say is their culture. They say it's their culture. Now, and what I tell people most times when they talk about culture, I tell them that, see, the people who is human beings made this culture, and they made this culture based on the information available for them at the time they were making
At that
this
time.
culture. Do you
Yes.
understand? Now they made it, it was a culture then. And everything needs to be reviewed. You have to review. This thing is not healthy. And you don't even know the situation your forefathers or your forebears were when they were making this culture. Now you have to review, are these things healthy for us? Are they healthy for the people who are taking it? That's another one. Now, secondly, the people who
That's a beautiful
organize,
thing to say.
yeah, now this one, another one, people who organize people for rape. We see those things more in schools, mostly in tertiary institution. You see all these young boys, you understand? I don't know, I've asked some of them take pride in it, more especially in my side of the world. They take pride in it. You know, that I've slept with her, I've slept with her. Some of them, most of this, if you find out that most of the guys who actually rape women are weak men who cannot, broker a relationship with a woman, convince a woman to like them and to actually give up themselves for him. So most men who rape are actually weak men. So those are the only way they can, do that. Now the other ones, if you come to Nigeria, if you go to TV, that's in the Benue State, where you have TV people,
Yeah, the
it
thieves.
is their culture, the thieves. When your best friend or your friend you like visit you, they can offer you their wife or their daughter.
But that is indirect rape because
That, of
because
course, because the woman is not in tune with what
consent.
they hear, and they are forcing them. That is sexual abuse. That one is sexual abuse. You're abusing your wife because you want to solidify a relationship with a friend. That is, you are abusing that woman. And that's why I said we need to nurture emotional, strong women. Now, most of those
Nice.
women who give in to such thing, if they are emotionally strong, they will not agree to such thing. But because emotionally they are weak, so they give in to whatever thing their man tell them to do, their boyfriend, their husband tells them, they give in to it because emotionally they are weak. And most men in our society today, those are the kind of women they want, who will always do their bid at the slip of their finger. And such women, they are not good for our society, the kind of society we want to build. We're not just looking at them, we're looking at women who can grow our children, nurture them very well, prepare them for the world ahead. But when we get involved with weak women, do you understand? They can help us in destroying our children. That's just that girl that is trending now, that the father starts sleeping with her when she was 10 years, and her mother is away. And she kept telling her mother, and her mother kept telling her, don't worry, it will be okay. It is normal. Now I keep asking myself, I wanted to meet that woman. I want to find out the normal in a man. See, apart from rape, this
Mhm.
is assault.
This is
What,
assault.
how
Okay,
can a man
let
sleep
me
with a
bring
girl
you
of 10 years
let me
old?
yes, let
You
me help
understand?
you. Let's bring the discussion to another angle now. Um, some people prefer to keep rape cases private, and they feel they shouldn't talk about it. Now, that doesn't help recovery. Is that so? Does that help recovery when you mumble it
Let
up?
me say,
You're not
it can't.
say talking. It
You
can't help
can't
recovery.
see.
And
Anybody
when
who
you're
told
not,
you I'm healed without talking about it is lying to herself or himself. My dear, most of us, we don't understand the power of conversation. When you talk, you release yourself. And that is why in life, generally, that is why you find that emotionally, mentally, women are more stronger than men. You know why? Because they talk. A woman most times is looking for somebody she can talk to. When we have problem, when we are burdened, when we talk, we get relieved. So nobody can heal on sex abuse or rape without talking about it. But the problem we make in this part of the world is that we always want people to talk. No, you should not force them. Let them be. Allow them to
but
talk it their own way.
now, some people have also spoken out, and they become victimized. There's a
Now,
story of a young
exactly.
girl in Nigeria that came out and spoke about a pastor, and every other pastor came on her. I don't know if you know that story. That was last year.
We are a very vindictive society. We are very we like humiliating people, we like intimidating people. Let me start from me. The first time I talked about my cousin making advance to me, my a friend said, you know what he told me? He said, are you not ashamed of yourself, saying that that they want to rape you? Do you understand? Now, to some ladies, it's normal to rape them, so you don't need to talk about it. Now, that is the problem. You're going far to the past. They do it a lot. They don't want you to speak about it. They don't want you to keep quiet. And when you speak about it, they want to silence you. You're even going far. You remember Davido, the musician. Over the last month, a lot of ladies came after him that he impregnated them. You remember one girl called Chisom? I'm still looking for that girl. I've been talking to her. She has not responded to me. She came and said Davido impregnated her. Asked her to remove the abortion, that he's going to give her 10 million naira. She aborted that baby, and he never gave her that money. Now, within that period, that girl appeared at who is the called that the freeze show, apologizing to Nigerians. Now, I was asking, what is this apology for? I now make inquiry, and I found out that they said that, why is she saying that? She's saying it at the wrong time. Now, I became so mad. This boy actually impregnated this lady, asked her to abort it, made a promise to her, and which he never fulfilled. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not interested in him giving her money, but I have a problem with that he freeze bringing that girl online to apologize. Apologize for what? That's exactly what we are talking about. We like silencing things, and that is why we like have a lot of problem in this part of the world. You can't
Okay.
solve problem by silencing it.
We can't
You
solve
only
problems by
solve problem by
silence.
talking about it, discussing
Very
it,
good.
and resolving it. And
So
we
you're
make
indirectly saying
restitutions. But when
reaching
you
out to
try to
somebody.
silence people, you're not solving any problem.
You're indirectly saying reaching out to somebody you trust after you've gone through that um, experience could help in recovery. And you're indirectly saying also
A lot. Somebody who
keeping
will
it,
not judge you.
mhm,
Somebody
keeping it
somebody who will
within
not judge
yourself,
you.
it will leave you powerless and vulnerable to other situations too. You know, it might lead to other vulnerability. So anyway, this is it, BD. BD, you've said a lot here. Um, Viewers listening, watching, this is Real Talk, our program for global audience. Real Talk Relationship Goal. Today is the 20th of July, and BD has said a lot. BD has given her personal experiences, has also given us some insight into this thing. So it's a series, and we'll be discussing all that involves in this. I know it's a serious issue in Africa, in Nigeria, around the world, and in most cases, people don't want to talk about it. But we want to talk about it because this is real talk. Edie, what's your few last words
My
before
very
we
last
go?
one is that if you are a rape victim, if you have been sexually abused, look for someone who cannot judge you. Talk about it. That's the only and easiest way you can get healed. And stop being too hard on yourself. You're not the reason why you were raped. The rapist is the person who has a problem, he's the weak person, he's the sick person. No normal person will go to somebody's body without the person's permission, even if you're naked. It does not give anybody rights to your body. So stop, being hard on yourself. Look for somebody who will not judge you and talk about it so that you can get healed. That's the easiest way to get healed.
Hmm, really beautiful, nice submission. This is part two of this topic. BD, we might go up all the way to part three, four, five.
Yeah, we'll go all the way to part three, part four, but not in the next edition. That will be later because another topic will be coming up next
Okay,
week. Just know
okay,
that the easiest way to get healed is to look for somebody who will not judge you. And to my society, stop criticizing rape victims. Stop blaming them. Where they are, what they were putting on, what
yeah,
they said, it's
it's
not
lovely.
never a reason for raping someone. The reason
Thank you.
for raping someone is because somebody is sick. That's the only reason the person can go to someone's body. That's just it.
That's
So
just it. Thank you,
that's it,
BD.
Mike.
We
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
coming here today. Our
Thank
viewers,
you.
we appreciate you. Just keep a date with us, same time next week on this segment, and we'll be bringing a wonderful and sizzling topic to discuss and make you live a better life in your relationship life.
Thank you.
This
Very
is
good.
Real World Midnight Show. Remember, we keep it real here. See you again next week. We love you.
Thank you. See
That's it,
you
Mike.
next
Thanks
week.
for coming.
Signing out from this end also.
I'm signing out.
Bye bye.
Bye.